Looks like it's about time for Tech Talk Tuesday, number 71. Good evening, everyone. Jerry. Hey, Curtis. Sean. Can y'all hear me okay? Hey, Massa. Ronnie. Can you guys hear me? It's Tuesday in Americus, Georgia. Hey, Ronnie. 7. Thank y'all for the thumbs up. Thanks for the watch. Hey, look, I just want to tell you I'm still in Americus, Georgia. Behind me is my last motorcycle. This is Buck. It's a 2003 CVO Road King. It was really cool bike. It came with the gold frame and got a track dynamic swing arm and painted it gold. And I'm going to try and make some kind of a hot rod out of it. Hey, and Jonas, Tony, thanks for watching, y'all. Is the service good? Can you get me loud and clear? Hey, Ron. Okay, thank you, Ronnie. Chad, hey, man. The Animal, Charlie, Bruno. Hey, Chris. Got some cool stuff to talk to you about. The move is going well. It's a little bit slow. I got the equipment in the shop sold, and we're going to try and move all of the equipment, the boring, the honing, the mills, the lathes, and all that stuff will be moved out this coming weekend. And Jerry. I'm reading. Jim Bob, Donald. Yeah, I'm reading a few of those. But look, here's where it's at. We're going to have maybe some weather issues where it might be next week before we get to make the move. I'm staying here working. I got a lot. I'm gonna do a quick walkthrough with the shop, and maybe show y'all some of the stuff. Hey, Yaska and David, Bruno. I'm gonna walk through the shop and show you a little bit of stuff. I've got rid of almost everything. The cylinder head deal that we've been so good at for all these years, 41 years, and I've had a guy, Ron Reese, work for us at Star Racing forever. He lives here in Georgia, and he wants to keep doing head work. So what we're going to do is we're going to set him up with the equipment at his place where he can do, he's still going to port and polish the heads, he's still going to modify heads, he's still going to do the Milwaukee 8 packages, cylinder head packages that we're doing now, and I want to share that with you guys. There'll be more news about that next week. But just because I am retiring and retreating to Tennessee, Nashville, the historical type of modifications we did here. We're not doing engine building anymore, and we're not building bike builds anymore. But we had to finish all the jobs in the shop in order to finish Buck. So Buck's the last job. The Buck stops here. I'm gonna flip this camera around and we'll do a little quick walkthrough, and I'll show you some of the stuff that's going on. Let me flip the camera around and I'll see if I can make this work. There's a few things in this little room I wanted to show you that were kind of cool. You know, over the years, you get winter circle checks, and we had a whole bunch of these ProStar wins with John Myers. They were just event wins. They were cool. And then over here, John Myers won the Wax Shop Dash, 1992. That was kind of neat. And then, of course, I'll tell you a little bit about Buck in a minute, but I wanted to do a walkthrough on these old checks. That's the Winston Invitational, 97. There's a few more little checks down here. John Myers won the championship. Angel won the championship. Angel won the championship. Angel won the championship. It was 3 in a row, man. 3 years in a row. John Myers and I won the championship 3 years, but it was over 6 years. Number 1, then number 2. Number 1, then number 2. Then number 1, then number 2. So Star Racing with John and Angel, we had a great run where we were able to have number 1 or number 2 every year for like 12 years in a row. It was pretty neat. But I'm going to do this little quick walkthrough with the shop. I'm going to show you there's no projects left. There's no bikes left. But this is something that's going to be for sale next, and I'm going to sell it cheap. But these are some frames that Sandy Cosman designed, and we bought the whole kit with this fixture, or we could make the STX bike. We built a couple of them, 2 or 3 of them, and got them running. But it kind of looks like this, where we made it where an FL frame, an FL drivetrain could go in it. Man, my camera thing's here. And you could use FL type stuff and make it an FXR with an FL drivetrain, which was kind of fun. But there's enough stuff here to make, probably 20 or 30 of these chassis with motor mounts and coil mounts and battery mounts and all the little pieces. And I'm going to sell the whole kit for a song because I'm not moving that heavy stuff to Tennessee. So whenever somebody finds out that they might want to get into this, because when we did this deal back in 2003, 4, 5 in that range, that style bike wasn't really popular because West Coast choppers and Orange County choppers and all those guys with the choppers, really had the popularity deal going. So we had to wait for our turn, for the FXR style turn. But this is kind of what one of those frames looks like put together. Here's one with the battery box in it. I want to show you how unique and cool this motor mount is. It's got rubber. It controls the engine's upward and downward motion. And it's just neat. And we have enough of those to do a lot of those. But left in here, there's nothing left. I got some J-model, 4 J-model cases. No more Suzuki and Kawasaki heads. There's no more parts for sale. It's really pretty empty. So that's the shop, back part of the shop. This used to be pretty full all the time, but I'm doing a real quick walkthrough. Here's the dyno area. Got this sold too. This is where we dynoed all the bikes. And I'm not telling you I know somebody said it's the end of an era, but it's not. It's just it's a change. It's a change of pace. We're going to focus on Milwaukee 8 engines now. We're going to focus on doing heads and cylinders and pistons and valve train components and hot rod parts for the Milwaukee 8 because that's the future for us. But this is a twin cam. This is a 2003 CVO Road King. I'm going to make it try and be kind of as stock as possible as far as its looks with the paint and the side covers and all that. I had some friends make me a really cool seat for it. Looks kind of neat. That'll be a cool seat. And I'm kind of between classes right now. This one's not as fast as Bagzilla, but it will be fast. It will be foot shifted, and the engine will be less than 130 cubic inches. So I wanted you guys to know that as long as I'm still fired up about this, I'm still planning on getting Buck running. And it will be a set of B2 heads, a 126 bottom end, 143 cylinders, and B2 heads. Now, Jackie fusses me every week. She says, George, why do you talk so much about things we don't do anymore? Well, I don't race pro stock anymore. And I don't always work on or talk about just what we do now. Because history, man, we had history. We did a lot of stuff. And no, there's no cases for sale. I'm sorry. The only cases I have left are the J-model cases. But I wanted to talk to you real quick about that. The future is 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, Milwaukee 8, big twins. That's what I'm going to focus my time on. I've spent this whole career or in the shop for the last 10 or 20 years trying to figure out how to make V-twins go fast. And before that, we worked on how to make Suzukis go fast. And before that, we worked on how to make Kawasaki's go fast. And it's been 41 years. So this is my last bike. The Buck stops here. I already said that. That's supposedly a joke. But the name of this bike, the affectionate name of this bike is Buck. Got buckhorn handlebars. And I couldn't think of anything better other than I dodged a deer with him one day out riding in the country when it was all stock. And I sold the engine out of it, okay? So somebody asked me that. What about the engine out of this? No, sold it. It's gone. This is the only one of these left in the world. We were cleaning out upstairs. There's 5,000 square foot attic upstairs that has just stuff wall to wall. It took 4 weeks to get it all out down on the ground where I could sell it, give it away, throw it away. But anyway, we found one of these. It's a G2 Motorsports 126. It's perfect because this is a 126, a big bore 126. So the bore on this engine will be like 4,400, 4-inch, 440, something like that, and the stroke is 4.1875, so that makes around 130 cubic inches. So it fits in the class where we will be able to have run in that class. I think it's called Street Super. I don't remember. Roger will give me the rules one day and we'll look at them and talk about it. But I just wanted to share that with you. I'm going to get it down to 64 inches. I've got to pull the front end down a little bit. I'm going to shorten the swing arm up. If you can see right here, the swing arm is got a 3-inch slide in it, and it's a little bit too long. So we're going to shorten the chain. I'm going to pull this back forward so I can make it about 64 inches. So it's 64 inches and less than 130 cubic inches and foot shifted. This should be able to run in that high 9-second, low 10-second class with an old man driving. So I'm excited about getting to do that still again. 2021, I hope to show up at some Hogs Gone Wild races, and I hope to still be connected with my Hogs Gone Wild friends. I am so far. I mean, I see Roger. Roger must want to talk to me about the rules or something because he called while I was doing this. And I know he knows that 71 weeks in a row I've been doing Tech Talk Tuesday at 6 o'clock in Georgia. But also, I know if you follow me and you watch my stuff and you notice that some of our new products that we're coming out with, we have a better air cleaner cover for the Milwaukee 8. We have some better pistons that give you the right ring seal so you can keep all the horsepower, the nice heads, the nice exhaust systems, and the camshafts that we sell all will stay on top of the ring so that we can control that pressure, the cylinder pressure, so we don't have blow-by and we don't burn oil. So I wanted to talk about all that a little bit, and I wanted to tell you that somebody's asking me about a 3-valve head. I don't know, man. A 5-valve head works good. I don't know why a 3-valve head does, but there's some guys out there that, hey, they want 2 exhaust valves and 1 intake. Some people want 2 intakes and 1 exhaust. I like 2 intakes and 2 exhausts. I like 2 big intakes and I like 2 big exhausts. And I like for the head to flow as much as possible, and I like to control the cylinder pressure and the power, all of those with the cam. The camshaft controls all of that. You just want the head to flow all it can in and out, and you want the camshaft to dictate when and how long. That's me on a cam. I'm not going anywhere. So somebody thinks I'm not going anywhere, like I'm not moving to Tennessee. Well, let me tell you this. There's a lock box on the house that I live in. There's a bed, there's a TV and a chair. There's a refrigerator with some drinks in it and some cheese sticks, and I got crackers. I'm probably gonna have to go buy some more hot dogs so I can microwave me some hot dogs, but I'm staying in a house that used to be next door to where we used to live. It's sold and gone. I have about a week left here. My family moved to Nashville, Tennessee in Hendersonville. That's where the address for Star Racing is now. It's on Main Street, Hendersonville, Tennessee. So I have to be here till some of this stuff is sold. I have to be here because I drove back and forth over Thanksgiving, and it's a 14-hour round trip for an old guy like me. That's hard on me. So I like being in a place. So I'm gonna stay here for a few more days. I believe that within the next 7 days I will be moved to Tennessee. And if somebody buys this building that we're in at Star Racing, I will come back and either clean it out, move the stuff out of it, or move some more stuff to Tennessee. But I don't have anywhere in Tennessee to put the stuff right now, so I'm going to leave some of it here until then. But back to Tech Talk Tuesday, I wanted to tell you about, I've been pushing this product where we changed the triple locks on the Milwaukee 8-valve to a single groove lock that has a collet lock, which will maintain the retainer to valve stem that control that, where the valve spring can last longer and you will be more reliable. That's the technical side of a couple things I wanted to tell you about. The twin cam engines, you guys, most of the twin cam engines were able to run with one single groove bead locks or with single groove square locks. When they changed over, thank you, Amy. Thank you, Bryce. Oh, socks. Thank you for bringing that up. I'm going to show you my socks I have on today because like Julie said, I'm the sockiest guy she knows. Can you see my Christmassy socks? It's got some red snowflakes, and over here it looks like some kind of reindeer. It's a little digital. And look at them colors, man. Okay, we're off the socks now. When you run out of socks, you will be going, oh my gosh, that is so funny, Bryce. Yes, I brought just enough underwear and just enough socks to stay here till it's time to go wash clothes again. I have to go to Nashville to get food and get my clothes washed. Hey, I'm not complaining. I'm thankful that I have a place that's warm to stay and I can come here and work at my shop. But as far as you thinking that I might not want to be here anymore or I want to stay here, no. I want to move to Nashville. I want to move to my next level of my career, and I want to push these new products that Jackie and I are going to sell by ourselves at our new digs over in Nashville. We'll be in Hendersonville, Tennessee, and we have an address there. It's on Main Street, Hendersonville. As soon as I get me a little place to put some of my, I went from bad sweaters to bad socks. You're right about that, Smith. Hey, Kurt. Hey, Jeff. So anyway, I'm going to grab these little pieces and flip this camera over again, and I'm going to show you some technical stuff. Hold tight. All right, I'm going to try and be steady here. I don't know why Harley decided to change over the Milwaukee 8 to this triple groove. I haven't come up with a really good reason. Hold still, baby. You're shaking on me. I don't have a good reason why they did this, but there is no room to clamp this valve other than this groove, and this groove. And so Harley uses this lock that has 3 beads. And I know I've showed you this before, so if you're bored, change channels. But I'm going to share something with you if you hang here for a minute and look at me. Merry Christmas, John. All right, this is a really sloppy fit. And I'm going to try and be steady. I'm going to put this stock steel retainer on this stock Milwaukee 8 valve. And I'm going to put this keeper on. And I'm going to put this other triple groove keeper on. And I know I've already gone over this before, and it may have bored you, but please watch for just a minute. All right, this is a very loose fit. And you see this retainer wobbling. Try not to hit the tripod, George. The part that concerns me about this, other than this really bad wobble, is how this valve spins in here. Now, we've heard a lot about over the years that we want our valves to rotate in our heads. Yes, we do, but we don't want the valve to rotate in the keepers. We want the valve, the spring, retainers, and keepers to rotate together as one. Twin cam, we're all triple groove, 7 millimeter. That's right, Mike. And they fit better than this, though. But look, the triple groove is really old school. Why would a 2021 Harley-Davidson Milwaukee 8 come with this? Because no cars, no race cars, no racing engines, no Kawasaki's, Suzuki's, Yamaha's, no other brand motorcycle uses triple grooves, triple locks with this sloppy a fit. This is going to wear out. Now, I have sold you valves. I have sold you some really nice valves in the last 12 months that came with triple groove, because the world that has a Milwaukee 8 and most Harleys have triple grooves. So that's me selling oversized valves, just like my competition does. They sell oversized valves to go in with a titanium retainer, but they still use, even when you buy titanium valves, they come with this arrangement. And any guy that knows about valve train and valves, it would be like doing a disservice to a really nice valve by putting triple grooves in it. But if you bought titanium valves from me, or you buy big stainless steel valves from me in the last few months or the last couple years, this is all that was available. So you got to change sometime. Look, and you guys that get upset because now I sell this single groove with the collet type lock with the good titanium retainers and the nice billet machine steel locks. If you're mad because you bought something a year ago or 6 months ago that was triple groove. No, we don't look alike, Smith. Our last name looks alike. That's it. I'll show you myself again, but I was on a little while ago. But let's get back technical right here. Hey, Mike. Okay, this single groove right here, the groove is for telling the keeper where to be. The groove is for telling the retainer where to be. The groove is not to hold the valve spring and the retainer and the keepers together. That's why I don't like this. It only has grooves to hold it together. And these grooves are loose, so the retainers and the keepers spin. That's not a bearing. That's not supposed to do that. So let me show you what a good looking one looks like. I'm going to take this Star Racing titanium. All right. This has an 8-degree taper in it. The stock Milwaukee 8 keepers are 7-degree. So that looks like the cork that goes in a wine bottle. Those are really thin, and the cross-section is really crappy right here. So it's too flimsy of a material, and these break. If you look real close, you can see the OD of this keeper to the ID of this keeper. There's no room for this to live and last long. They're okay right now, but eventually we're going to see these fail. So our keeper arrangement is not a 7-degree, it is an 8-degree. We add 12% more cross-section in the weak area. And also, this clamps the valve in place below the keeper groove. This clamps it so nothing can move, and there's no pressure or tension on the keeper groove at all. This is a really nice fit. Fits up in the bottom, flush and correct. And this package will not come loose. The valve spring holds it in place, and it's locked together. This is called a top lock, and it's locked because when this valve rotates on the seat, to make the valve job last forever, these valves rotate on the seat, and when they do, the retainer and the keepers rotate with it. And in order to take this apart, you unsnap it, and I want you to see that this clamps in place. Okay, my dexterity is not as good as it used to be. This groove is only for location purposes, not for holding or clamping. The clamping is done down here. And the reason that is good is because the pressure from the retainer and the keepers is clamping this valve below the keeper groove so it can't break it off. It can't break this off. These, we've seen drop valves with bottom locks because they grab this down low and the retainer wiggles on here like this. This will be wiggling, and when it does, the valve spring catches undue pressure, and the retainer and the keepers catch undue pressure, and we've seen these valves break off in these grooves. This style eliminates that because the clamping is below here. So I don't like keepers that have the bead at the bottom. I want the bead at the top. So all this below the bead clamps. You see that one little bead? That one little bead is just for clamping, just for locating this up and down on the stem, not for holding it in place like these are. There is nowhere to clamp. These triple grooves have nowhere to clamp. Man, these are little babies and they're hard to hold. But if I sold you, I'm going back to me now. If I sold you a triple groove valve, oversized stainless or titanium, please know that was all that was available, and this was a long time putting together. It's a long time. You guys that are asking me about S&S 124s and about the twin cam engines like this right here, we don't work on those anymore. We don't service those anymore. The good Lord has blessed me with a lot of memory and a lot of thoughts and a lot of ideas and experience. And I want to offer that new ideas and the experience of what we learned to make these live into the new Milwaukee 8, because I believe that's going to be our future. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be in this industry or how long I'm going to work on it, but I'm enjoying it. I enjoy racing these bikes. I will own another M8 soon. I sold my silver one on Friday, and I am pairing my stuff down. I'm going to carry one motorcycle to Tennessee with me. I'm going to carry one little 14-foot trailer to Tennessee with me, and I'm going to leave a lot of stuff here. But I sold all the equipment in the shop, sold most all of the scrap stuff here. But I just wanted to share that the future for us, Jackie and I, is going to be developing new parts and new ideas to make these Milwaukee 8s last longer and go faster. And yes, Jackie, this is a 2003. We don't work on them anymore, but it's the only one I own right now. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Tech Talk number 71 on a Tuesday. I will keep doing them. 71 weeks in a row is an amazing time for me. I don't know of anything I've done 71 weeks in a row other than make payroll for 41 years. So I'm looking forward to not making payroll anymore. And I'm looking forward to sharing the experience and the knowledges with you guys for the next, how many ever years the good Lord blesses us. But thank you all for watching. Thank you for your time. I see time's up today. I guess I'll try and catch back up on some of the stuff. Well, eventually we will sell shirts. Eventually we'll have more stuff. But please stay tuned. And look, there's Smith Bryce. I don't look like Smith Bryce, but I look like a Bryce, okay? We good? I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. May God bless. I'll talk to you next Tuesday, if not before. Have a good night.